Hello everyone, I've been playing a lot of Robin in OP09, and while I have enjoyed it and found some success with the deck, I will be honest, I am much more excited about the OP10 version of the deck. So in this video, I just want to talk about which cards I am considering adding to the deck and why. I'll also give you the deck list I will be testing out in the new meta. So sit back and enjoy. The first card I want to talk about is Hawkins. I know there is a Robin deck that combos Hawkins with Robin and the 10 cost purple Big Mom and Kaido. The deck that I am running is not that version of Robin, and it's not because I don't think it's a fun deck, but rather I am trying to build a Robin deck that is as consistent as possible. We still have to wait until EB02 to be able to search out our Yamatos and Ace, but that is beside the point. Hawkins serves as a great card to play for 4 Dawn, has a trigger effect and a good on KO effect. In the current version of Robin, I am running Shirahoshi and other cards to cycle and draw through my deck to find the pieces that I need. Now, with the inclusion of Hawkins, I can still do all of that with just one card, which opens up more slots in the deck to include other cards. Overall, the flexibility of this card is what I like the most, and it fits very well with your leader's ability to deny a card from life. The next card I want to discuss is Punk Cannon, which we saw being used in Japan's regional tournament, where Enel took first place. In general, yellow decks have had to rely on Egghead Nami to be able to KO a 5 cost or less. Or they would have to trigger a 2 cost Nami from life to KO a 5 cost or less character. With Punk Cannon, yellow decks now have an additional method of KOing a 5 cost or less character. The great thing about this card is that its trigger ability also lets you cycle through your deck and hand to find the pieces you need. Generally speaking, Robin's weakest curve is when you go second. So Punk Cannon, being a 4 cost card, helps in dealing with early pressure while you try to ramp up to your big bodies. On the screen, you can see some really good targets that Punk Cannon can hit in the early game. Punk Cannon can also be a good way to close out games. Many blockers in the current meta are 5 cost or less characters, which puts them within range of Punk Cannon. In the late game, if you find that you have too many Punk Cannons in hand, you can use Gum Gum Giant to discard them. Overall, I think putting in 3 or 4 copies of this card is a good amount for the deck. This card is one that I am excited about. God Thread, which lets you KO a 5 cost or less character, and then it allows you to add 1 active Dawn from your Dawn deck. The trigger also allows you to ramp an active Dawn from your Dawn deck. I compare this card a lot with the Egghead Nami card. They both cost 5 Dawn to play. With Nami, you have to discard a card to KO something, while with God Thread, you do not. God Thread lets you ramp up a Dawn, which means you do not have to discard a card using Robin's ability. With Nami, you discard a card, but you can potentially draw a card. You also develop a body on board if you play Nami from hand, which is nice. The Nami card also has a 1000 counter, which is another plus. I think both cards have their advantages and disadvantages. In my deck, I chose to run both just so I could have more options to control in the mid-game. Before ending the video, I wanted to share with you my deck list. As you can see, I did include a 7 cost Lin Lin in my deck. The reason I am running her is because she is a great card to play when you go second. Also, if you happen to go first and you trigger a God Thread and ramp up early, playing a Big Mom on turn 3 will give your opponent such a hard time, especially if you can just play another one right after, or even play a Yamato to KO the next card they play and continue your lead. I also added 1 copy of Kingdom Come because it's a good card to have when you need to KO a 10 cost Shanks or Blackbeard. The Cracker and Kiku are flexible spots that you can take out and include other cards that you want. Brule is a good addition. The 2 cost Nami is another good card. I included Cracker and Kiku because sometimes you just need that extra body on board to pressure your opponent or go for the win. Anyway, let me know what you guys think and how you're building your own Robin decks. Until the next one, bye.